Oh boy. God damn it. Stupid. Set up, so dumb. There's a hubbub of drawing music, that's new. We're having a concert that day after school. Dos pendejos have rolled up and set up a show. No warning! Everyone had to show up and stomp all over the grass and bushes to listen. Rosa stomps her foot on said grass, and I can believe it. Something definitely defined as music is rocking. Oh, Jesus, why are you so weird about it? It's rocking out over the other side of the school. It's just not bad. But that is also on the side of the school where Stella Rose and I finished a rather grueling mulching and planting session the other day. People are there. We just finished planting! People could be stomping all over the plants. Sorry to say, but it is already the gift. The hell? Seriously, who the fuck decided to do this? Because I'm ready to give him a piece of my goddamn mind! Before Rosa can answer me, already jogging off. The others make some calls after me, but they fade away. Even drawing closer, I can hear the music growing. A large amount of bass and drums echoing over the landscape. The acoustics must be shit. And I can make out the din of other streets. Because, like, there's a concrete building of the school on one side and, like, sound-absorbing trees on the other. I can't imagine it's, like, great for the acoustics when your audience is, has the wall behind them. Like, they'll hear this echo the whole time. I get the other students a roll of applause and cheers continue. All it does is make me feel more upset. Given the sheer number of them all. I can only imagine. Man, you can only imagine. The amount of damage done to our hard work. Oh, those new plants are wasted before their chance to grow. God damn it! My speed gets me to the back of the crowd on a small hill. Man, they really love this fucking hill. All I have to do is stop to take at the sides. There are more than 100 students here, making the side to audience for Anon and his friends. That's one drama. There's a large generator chugging in the back of Reed's van with kids. Jesus Christ, he brought a fucking generator for this. Trisha's bass and Fanfics are also plugged in. I can't help but stare at the side of the sounds of it all. Everyone is smealing. They're smealing! Like little smealers. Room drama is playing and doing it well. They sound good. Just like the one practice I visited because, Reed asked me to. In the back near the van is the side of a green jacket human making sure to hit a few switches every few seconds. When he does so, a fog machine rolls out a thick fog onto the front row of students. Fish plays a bass like it owes him money. Fang is plucking a guitar while yelling it over a crowd into a microphone. Thank you, Volcano High. School's out, sun's up. We hate it all. Let's party until the pigs show up! It's an immediate uproar from the crowd. And several start lashing tails and stomping boots into the gardens they stand in. No! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Stare what's in front of me. Somewhat numb. Crawling in my skin! The band members are all grinning like maniacs. Even my twin is grinning! While nodding his head in rhythm to the beat. All of them love this. All the attention and success. This is what Anon and his heads had to do. They had to come and stomp all over my hard work that my friend said just days ago. Something we loved to do together. They have to trample over that to, what, impress the very people that made fun at the beginning of the semester? This is all too goddamn much. Hand lands on my shoulder, and I whip around to see Nasa standing beside me. He's panting lightly. Eyes wide, looking at Anna, what's happening? What's going on? Each breath is followed by his eyes darting back and forth, trying to find answers to one question. And you go, okay, it's Fang. And Anna's like, my garden! My cabbage! I think in Dutch he says colon. Which is a cabbage, but it doesn't... Or am I thinking of Dr. Cook? Ugh, that's a whole other thing. Your friends and siblings, all of them. Also, siblings finally got, man, now it's just like, I can't believe my sister actually doesn't suck ass! That's weird, man! The anger expression doesn't go there. Try to tell the cross got between those. He has to know what this means for us. I mean, you don't talk all that much. I think he doesn't. Complete fucking asshole. That fucking dick. Please stop talking about the penis. Shock holds me in place. I get this out of the read. Yeah. Oh yeah. Reed seems like the kind of person who might be smart enough to realize that they're on top of a garden. You might have told them not to. I fucking died here. Oh, we're just leaving. I thought we were gonna have a hug and kiss and make up. I guess we can play some of the angry songs now, because intense. That's a bit much. All that goddamn work, all the goddamn effort. I have a problem with this, right? I get that she cares about the gardening club and her friends, but, like, she doesn't want to be a gardener or anything, so I understand that, like, yeah, that sucks, but given the situation, I don't know, it feels like you're trying to reach for something to do, given how little Stella and Rose have mattered to the plot in any material way. They haven't really been characters, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, yeah, all that effort. All my effort so they can have their moment. Who is that selfish? Who? It's a fucking garden, man! Most people don't care about the grass they walk on. They talk to spirits that could have had approval for another concert. But no! They have to do something that's anti-establishment because that's the image just to talk about. This story has not been about that at all. It's also worth pointing out that Fang is literally the daughter of a fucking cop. Chief cop, no less. And Nasa's like, what the hell, man? Ease up! His shoes stopped squeaking as it turned to him. He was standing. Why would his shoes start squeaking? Why would they have been squeaking, I mean? Just even though the effort. Topaz eyes. Just kiss already. They aren't ungentle. So I start baring my teeth out of reflex. You're right. You look a little upset. That's because I'm upset, Nasser. My brother and several of his shit-ass friends have set up a concert and drew a crowd over the freshly planted fucking garden beds that me and my friends spent several days planting. In case you couldn't tell. I mean, who the fuck paid for all that money? I mean, to be honest, I know the gardening club is like a budget, but don't we have like actual landscapers for that? I thought we were a prestigious facility. Like, I know you guys maintain the gardens to some extent, but I feel like making a new one is really something that should be done by professionals. Fang is just as culpable. Man, I like how you're using the term culpable. Oh, she's so pissed. I'm going to legal you. You will be lawed. God. Oh, let me get rid of that. And this and this and this and this. We're good to go. And he's like, okay, yeah, alright. Does Nasa really agree, or is he just like, oof, oof. I'm right, I'm always right. I'm the old... I literally got accused of being too right recently, but I'm going to insist on being right. Yeah, you are kind of shitting on Nasa right after he showed up to say hello. It was a great way to yell at you like that. I feel like that's the kind of thing you realize after the fact, or after an emotional shift. It feels a bit weird. I mean, I get to the point that she's already been ranting and raving for a bit, so... Why does this keep happening with Anon? Why is that I can't say if I keep an eye out for him and his antics? From the research used to this, I'm not even counting the crap of where we used to live. Nasser blinks at that, but he says nothing. He's probably like, what the fuck are you on, lady? How many drugs are you taking? Can I have some? Honestly, we up and moved for a variety of reasons. We started a new place. What does my brother do? Act like his usual self. Withdrawn, antisocial, and wanting to skip by without being noticed. And boy, don't forget his selfishness. The man is literally hosting a concert. How is that withdrawn or antisocial? Or skip by without being noticed? I love how she's saying this in front of the concert he's organizing. Or helping organize. As I was again, all yours, being controlling, or just doing what mom and dad show you. It's like it doesn't sense that I'm trying to help him because I love him. Just kiss already. Ew. Safi, no. That's what's making me stop. Yeah, love. Look what it got me in my efforts. There's a pregnant slice of air. God damn. Pregante? We need a Ouija board for this one. Doesn't take a genius to figure out his thing to say about fate. At least this one I'm betting on. Frankly, I don't give a shit. That asshole Goff just set up a concert to ruin my gardens. I could say whatever I feel. Jackass siblings. Believe me, I do. Right to Jesus. I always have to put up with a ton of crap type of thing. Like, I know that I often complain the character thinking too hard. This isn't thinking too hard. This is very much her trying to rationalize what's happening in front of them. I don't like this. I feel like this is something that Nasser would always just keep to himself until the day he dies, or until Fang is willing to talk to him about it, but... How do you put up with it? Honestly, not sure. I don't think what I've been doing... I don't know, man. I've just been fucking around. Anyway, she's like, no. Take a sip of this with me. Okay, need a hug. Fucking Nasser. Maybe a hug will fix this problem. No, Nasser. The only thing that can fix this problem is a 9mm. We all know how that one gets used. Cross a small distance, give a hug. What's that I feel so I don't know what to do? I was coming to short check at this fucking school. I mean, there has been like a shift, right? Because it's implied that like Anon actually has shit to do now, and she's the one who's dealing with all this stuff. Honestly, I love how all this is happening, and the only thing that comes out of this is like both of you really don't want to go to the same college as the other, but you keep saying that you kind of have to, or the other one will feel bad. It's like, no, we need to be apart. Obviously, being apart is like the answer to all of this. Guy's got to get a divorce. I'm not, but I'm not gonna tell him. I don't know why you just don't fucking tell him. Why are like, you know that in like an actual book, this is usually something a character says, right? That they're like, man, I'm mad, because that's why you write a book, for the conversation. Why do you think most fucking scripts they hold in TV shows is 90% dialogue? It's not just because the actors are given room to do stuff. You also need to give your reader room to interpret. And there's nothing less objective than words that are said. The words themselves do not change depending on the listener. Their meaning might, the tone might, but the words themselves do not. They are immutable. Their interpretation lies beyond their literal phonetics. And I want to be here, no, I just want to go home. I mean, fair enough. Back home is where everything was easy and nice and you had your parents to kiss and hug you and everything, and out here, your brother is suddenly better than you. I can't take this. You may take to your apartment. No, my home. Back to where I grew up. I ought to go back to rock bottom. Why? I miss my friends. I miss mom and dad. What's what we had back then? Back when we didn't find out what to do. I would like to point out that she's subtly saying that she prefers it when Anon is basically a giant hot mess and needs her to survive. She's like, I prefer it when my brother was miserable and I got to be the big man. Okay, I want to point out, teeth slide over your tongue is weird. Your tongue slides over your teeth. Your teeth are static, right? Your tongue is attached to the same section as your bottom teeth. So those ain't fucking sliding. And your top teeth are static to your skull. So those ain't moving. Your tongue slides over your teeth. I'm sorry, I'm super pedantic, but I'm really mad about this. I feel like we're too much on him. Okay, so I appreciate that we're at least pointing out that Fang being involved, that Fang Spears being involved is kind of fucked up. Someone who understands the pain I'm in. I feel like Nasser shouldn't be that person, though. I feel like someone should say that to Nasser, and he should deny it, right? Oh, so we are gonna make out with Nasser. Like, again, this is why I keep saying, why is Reed being set up as the one she's gonna kiss? Because, like, unless we're doing a love triangle, which, fair enough, I honestly don't see what she has with Reed. Unless she's planning to ditch this whole lifestyle, I guess. Fucking Romeo Juliet ass bullshit. This episode and yell at their face. You just got emotions, you need to work it out. Like I knew that more than I knew. I love it. Naomi's just like, Anastasia. I want to fight. All we did was hug. You might as well have been holding hands at that point. I just fetched shutting things down now. Wait, you got spears? The Fang's gonna get in trouble for. Wow, that's it. I thought they were gonna make up. I think I misread the scene. Hey, that's great, right? I'm getting supplies. As they should. Now, so do you think a sibling should get away with disturbance like that? Yeah, that is a good question. Because, like, you can't just show up and have a concert. Like, the garden aside, this is still a problem. How the hell would she know the timing of this? She didn't know when Spears was told. How could you count this? Water in the desert. Water in the desert doesn't disperse. It either sinks through the sand or, like, evaporates. It doesn't, like, move aside, which is what dispersing tends to do when crowds are involved. Are these people fucking digging in or flying up? No. They flee where they can, avoiding the band members and Spears alike, who stand in the epicenter of the scene. Even if I can't hear him directly, I can see, yeah, everyone is like, uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Uh-oh, big whoopsie, made a big mistakesies. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah. Spears literally snaps and holds my brother's face with a gunshot aimed at his feet. I love that Spears is like, Anon, this is like the fourth fucking time in 2 weeks would it kill you to not get in trouble. Goddamn. Not sitting him stand by at the top of the stairs. Why is Naomi into the just desserts? Isn't Naomi wasn't Naomi supposed to set up fucking Fang and Anon? I guess not. I guess that's not even a part of this. Okay. I mean, that's interesting. It certainly lets Naomi be her own character. I kind of like the idea that Naomi's just disconnected from the plot like that. And her motivations are just her own. Spears let out a few more harsh lines before trying to get place and pointed them to retreat into the school. Do so, Trish leading the way, followed by the others. All are off at the side. Trish has this widest grin of them all. She looks dead. Yeah, I mean, she got a good concert. Like, she got what she wanted. They also stomped all over the gardens, probably for emphasis. Reed comes up behind, he knows me and flinches. That alone points out he's smart enough to recognize that he fucked up somehow. He knows me and the girl. I mean, all he knows is that he's getting sent away and that you're seeing him, which is probably what he knows. I don't know if he knows about the flowers, but he picked that up once he sees how mad you are. Spears pushes them onwards, and on a Fang. All they could do is look at each other, have some private conversation, and we get what happened. I'm the only one who gets to have private, sexy conversations with my brother. And Nas is like, wait, what? And then Naomi's like, what? God, you would know she would faint on the spot from like, what the fuck, man? I was helping Fang get a boyfriend, not this. But I'm glad I could break up the incest couple. You know, I call that a bonus. I call that an extra bonus win. You know, secondary objectives. Doesn't that Red Alert first-person shooter Renegade, I think, have like tertiary objectives? I think that's where I learned the terms primary and secondary, tertiary. That's a fun, extremely specific, esoteric T-Crook factoid for you. Wait for Anon to notice, but he's talking to his girlfriend. Or I guess just partner. Gender non-determinant friend of romantic inclination. Anon, you're supposed to beg and plead. Why aren't you begging and or pleading? You may leave for the day. Fang can get a ride with Reed. We don't know how long that talk's gonna be. I was wondering why he wants to stick around, but yeah, he would need to give Fang a ride, right? What the fuck are you talking about? What makes you think that Naomi's gonna do anything weird? She probably just wants a ride home. Anna? Anna? Sir! Miss Castile! Is that even a real name? I don't even know if it ever got brought up, but I've seen it a few times at this point. Sad-looking flowers stand at half attention. Freshly laid mulch chips lay scattered like a war zone with a high body count. Why do you have to say a war zone with a high body count? Why can't it just be a war zone? Why do you have to add specifics that detract from the statement? Like, it's too specific. It's too much like you're insecure about your audience, and you have to explain stuff, and you have to dispel the mental image and assign it to us, instead of letting us fill in the blanks. Pissed to hell and back, and we aren't cleaning this up. Wow, I love how you're just saying that. It's everyone's fault. We worked hard behind the scenes, so that's literally fucked up. I mean, I get what you're going at, but again, I don't think anyone gives a shit. And none of us can do it. We think you deserve a break. Or a reward. A reward for what? Like, this has never been implied to be a big thing. Like, this is not like we need to get the garden together for the big thing. Or because we're gonna redo the entire section. Sorry, and I'm so busy with rebuilding. Like, this just comes out of nowhere as a big thing. It's not even like the garden we always think about, you know? Where they have their scenes. The gardening club may do what they wish for the rest of the week. I don't know if, like, just the 4? Maybe you should get some other people who are mosh pitting exceptionally hard. Instead of this played for a single play. Mud broken plants. I still, it's so fucking stupid, man. Like, you can't just pull something out of your ass like this. On the other hand, at least you're pulling something out of your ass for a good cause. So you get a pass on that. But I'm still waggling my finger, buddy. That ain't stopping. I have to admit, this was not the thing I was expecting because I misread. Maybe it was chapter 12 that they're making up. I know that chapter 13 is like the one where everything goes kaput, right? I think I just missed chapter 12 then. On my exploration, maybe I just went right to the comment section and didn't think anything of it. But I will say, I kind of like what's going on here. I like that we're raising the stakes a little further, and I appreciate the active maliciousness of Anna. Like, she's been a bit insufferable, but now she's actually setting herself up for a villain arc. It also makes chapter 13 a bit more meh, because chapter 13 does not do what it needs to for all this to come together nicely. Oh well.